because a freaking human being, you give them power, and unfortunately, most human beings is going to use and abuse the power. Okay, boys, today's video is going to be about why you cannot be a people pleaser, the nice guy out there. I'm going to explain you why. The reason is it's pretty freaking simple. In today's world, with what's going on right now, you got a bunch of guys been raised by single mother, and the guys don't understand how to be a real man, and the woman just raised their kid, told them to be nice, and all that freaking bullshit. In today's world, if you're too nice with a woman, or with your boss, or with your friend, you know what's going to happen? You're going to be used and abused. People's going to use you at their own advantage, and they're going to abuse of your kindness. This is why you have to be a freaking asshole. When you realize that, that's why I talk so much about narcissists, and I explain to you guys how most women think, because I don't want you guys to be used and abused. When you identify that guy or that girl is a narcissist, when you understand female nature, and I said all the time, always take a look what people do. Because some people, they're good at talking, they don't back up the talking, and you said, oh, he said that, he said that, he said that, he must be a good person. But if you deal with the cover narcissist, who do a bunch of sweet talking and doesn't back up what he said, and you do not identify that person, again, because he's a narcissist, is going to do your power trip. He's going to look for narcissistic supply, and you're going to be the next target. You're going to be his next victim. And it's the same thing with women. If you are too nice with a woman, you don't understand female nature, most women, they're going to use you, they're going to abuse you, they're going to see you as a weak man because you didn't put boundary and say enough is enough. And mommy told you have to be nice with women and blah, blah, blah. And mommy doesn't even understand what she wants in a man. And she raised you to be a freaking pussy because a woman is not a man. A woman doesn't think like a man. And unfortunately, there's a lot of guys out there that have been raised by single mother, and they are fucked up in the head. They don't understand why I do everything that what mommy said, and it doesn't work. I am a nice guy. I am polite and respectful with women. And women shit all over me. Why? Guys, you need to understand the game of life. And on this channel, that's why I focus so much. Female nature, narcissists. I'm not saying you have to be an asshole 24/7. But you need to be able to identify when somebody, a woman, your boss, your friend, try to use you and abuse you. Narcissist, female nature. Another subject I didn't talk too much about, an empath. What is an empath? An empath is somebody that's going to put himself in the shoes of the other people to really understand what that person live. Have some kind of a emotion toward the other person to understand what that other person really live. And the empath out there, if you're a smart empath and you understand narcissism, female nature, you're not going to be used and abused. If you are an empath and you don't understand female nature and narcissism, Automatically. Automatically, I will say 80% of the time you're going to be used and abused. Don't be a nice guy. Don't be a nice guy. You need to be able to identify those two things. And to be able to identify if you use and abuse, you know what? I say that all the time on this channel. Every freaking relationship, they have to be a win-win situation. They have to be a win-win situation. If you're nice all the time and you do everything that the other party said, your boss, man, woman, whatever, and all of a sudden you ask the other person to do something for you, and the answer is always no. They always came up with some freaking excuse. Boys, you need to wake up. You need to wake the F up. Something's not right here. The relationship is not a win-win situation. With your boss, with your friend, with a freaking woman. It's not a win-win situation. If you're too nice again and you're not able again to identify, you need to be able to identify what I'm talking about. If you're not able to identify, they're going to use you and abuse you. If you're able to identify it, it's very simple. You adjust your behavior with those people. And another thing, how the society of today it's all fucked up. There's another reason for that. And before I explain that, a human being, this is how a human being is. If you give power to a human being, you give them power, your boss, a woman, whatever, most human being is going to abuse the freaking power. And back in the day, we have a code of conduct, how to behave with religion. And you know what? If you go in the basic of religion, me, I'm freaking Catholic, the basic of religion, you follow the basic of the religion, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. But unfortunately, this is why the religion has been thrown out the window today. Unfortunately, back in the day, the people who have the power to control the religion, they abuse it. They abuse of the power because people was following the religion. They abuse the power. And the people wake up, they realize, fuck, they abuse the power, fuck the religion, and the religion has been thrown out the window nice and slow. Because a freaking human being, you give them power, and unfortunately, most human beings is going to use and abuse the power. This is how the software of a human being is. You give them power, unfortunately, they're going to use and abuse the freaking power. Look what your boss do at work. If the other boss don't control your other boss and you give him full power, he's going to use and abuse the freaking power. And this is what happened to the religion. The people wake up, they realize that the religion is freaking bullshit because the people who was controlling the religion abused them, and that thing has been thrown out the window. But the basic of the religion, the guideline of the religion, that's a good thing. This is a good thing. You have a line of conduct that you must follow. Don't lie. Don't steal. Be nice with other people. Don't do to other people what you want to be. You don't want to be done to you. The bad thing. Abuse somebody. Don't do that. But unfortunately today, this is what happened. This is what happened today. It's every man for himself, and we're living in a freaking ugly world. But it is what it is. I don't have the power to change that. You don't have the power to change that. That's why I do those videos, boys. You understand in today's world how that freaking thing work. We're living in a freaking ugly world, but it is what it is. If I go down there and start crying like a little bitch, and the world's not going to change. You need to be able to identify what I'm talking about, narcissists, understand female nature, and you just adjust your freaking behavior. That's how it is. And be a nice guy. because mommy, the single mother, raised you to be a nice guy. That's not how that thing works. I'm not saying to be a freaking asshole, starting fight and blah, blah, blah. It's not what I'm saying. But you need to adjust your behavior with every people that you deal with. Adjust your freaking behavior. That's going to be it for today, boys. Again, you have somebody out there that is too much of a nice guy. Again, at work, there's one guy at work. Again, I'm not going to say any name. I poke him. I told him, you're too much of a nice guy. You're too much of a nice guy. People's going to use you and abuse you. I poke him. I told him, become an asshole. Of course, he doesn't listen to me. Of course, he doesn't listen to me. He doesn't understand it. He doesn't get it. That's how that life works, boys. And with every person that you deal with, you need to behave a certain way. When you identify those people, narcissist, female nature, every people, you behave a different way. Every people, they have a different kind of level of respect. Every people, unfortunately, that's how that thing works. If your boss is a freaking narcissist, you're going to behave a certain way with him. By not engaging. You talk less than possible. You deliver less than possible towards him. You do the bare minimum to keep your job because that guy, you know that he's a freaking narcissist. If your boss is an empath, well, you're going to bust your ass for him because you're going to have a reward at the end of the day. He's going to acknowledge your skill. He's going to acknowledge that, okay, he bust my ass for me. I'm going to give him something back. Win-win situation. A narcissist, there's no win-win situation. A female narcissist, there's no win-win situation. There's nothing for you. You're going to be used and abused. The blue pill guys out there, boys, just wake up. And there's somebody out there that you think that could help with that video, send that to him. Send that to him, boys. There's 3 things you need to be happy in life. Number 1, what's going on inside of your head. This is the number 1 thing that you guys struggle the most because you don't understand how that freaking the world work. Number 2, the body. Take care of the body, boys. Take care of the body. And number 3, you need money. You need money. This is how life works. You got the 3 things you need to be happy. Very simple when you understand it. Okay, boys, like, share, subscribe. We see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.